Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going fantastic and your journey to self-betterment is going better than fantastic as well. Today I want to talk about something that is important when we are talking about our journey to self-betterment. And that a great many things might have been stunted in our lives because of our growing up years and being raised in a home with a narcissist parent or parents. You see, when you are growing up, you should be carefree and not burdened with the worries of life. You should be figuring out what you like and what you don't like, what you are good at and what you aren't good at, and to have the chance to take these things you are good at and build upon them. Here's an example. We've all knew at least one person where it appeared their parents were just on it, so to speak. No matter if their parents stayed together or not, there was a strong focus on their sons and daughters. Even if they didn't have a ton of money, there was a strong focus on their talents. No matter if their talent was something like painting, sports, or even science or math, their parent or parents were strongly in their corner. And as a result, their son or daughter was able to focus on just being good at what they were good at, along with making friends and having fun growing up experiences. Now this isn't trying to look at things with rose-colored glasses, as I know that no one has the perfect upbringing. However, there are parents that understand the importance of one's growing up, and by doing the right things they can be setting their son or daughter up for great success. And I want to say something about this point. When we are talking about narcissists that are at the top of the food chain of life, those that influence what we see and greatly how many in our society act or behave like, it's gotten to a point where more and more people are growing up in broken homes, which in turn feeds the narcissist system the supply and money it needs to function. You see, narcissists, like I've mentioned before, are just like an apex shark in the ocean. Though this massive hunting machine can take down some very big prey, it more often than not chooses to go after sea lion pups, as they pose little threat and injury to the shark when they are just wanting a quick meal. It can go after an adult sea lion, but they stand a better chance of injury and not being as successful as they would be going after an inexperienced pup trailing behind the group without a parent helping guide it along. Well, this is exactly how narcissists go after people. And narcissists at the top of the food chain of life likely create such environments to keep churning out more and more damaged people, so the narcissist will have an overflow of people they can go after for narcissistic supply. Because you see, if you are able to grow up with love and care, and going after your dreams when you are young, you might not need to depend on the system or systems so much. Systems that might be run by a narcissist or narcissists. Someone that can go after their dreams when they are young, they have a greater chance at being able to write their own ticket, by being their own boss. And if they are working for someone else, they have developed skills that make themselves valuable in a great many markets. So if they do lose their job, or they don't like who they are working for, they will land on their feet somewhere else, and they will do just fine. Plus there is a family home to be able to go back to. Narcissists want to get rid of that. So you are stranded and alone. And the narcissist can overtly mistreat you. Or even more sinister, they can come to you pretending to offer you help, when in reality they are just setting you up for terrible mistreatment. And this is where the self-help and self-betterment comes into play. A great many of us are trying to make up for lost time. We are trying to put together the pieces of our lives and learn all of the things we never learned, and work on developing our talents when we can barely stay afloat in our day-to-day lives. And understanding this very big mountain you are trying to climb is very important. Because the honest truth is you might be taking on too much. Here's the thing. The great self-help people that offer good advice to those that want to be successful is to not spread yourself too thin. To not take on too many tasks at once. To find one or at most two things and work on those. Look. We grew up under some messed up circumstances. But we can't turn back the clock. I wish every day that I could have grown up in a home with a loving family. With people that cared about me as much as I cared about them. I wish I could have done better in school and I had people that were there to help me. I would see those movies where a teacher would see a young student that was struggling and they would offer their help. And tutor their student until they started to make good grades. And they went on to have a great life. And they would go back and thank their teacher for showing them so much love and kindness. I wished that I had a teacher that pushed me to success and I could thank them in the same way. But the sad reality is that never happened. It just didn't. And furthermore, I had some teachers making fun of me in class. Reading my wrong answers aloud and laughing at them. I can't turn back the clock. All I can do is look at my life today and try to be the best person I can be. Yes. Making mistakes along the way. But I have to try my best. And the first place I started was my emotional growth. You see, growing up in such a toxic home stunts your emotional growth. And puts your emotional thinking at nowhere near being an adult. I found myself doing well sometimes. But then oversharing or acting weird when I go back and look at it. And I knew. If I were to ever have a shot at having real friends and real relationships, I had to work on myself and my emotional growth. I realized not everything needs to be shared with everyone. Now I wasn't perfect. I relapsed and would say things and then later think to myself, why on earth did I say such a thing? And thus the work continues. But I found if I work on myself and my emotions, along with my boundaries, it allows other things sometimes to fall into place. Don't spread yourself too thin, people. That person that had parents in their life that cared for and loved them got a big head start. And they not only got a head start on how to further their talents, they got a head start on how to pick someone good to spend their life and time with. So on your journey to self-betterment, don't chase this problem over there and that problem over there. That's right where the narcissists of the world want you. Because you become easy prey for them. Because you aren't truly focused on bettering yourself. You're just endlessly chasing the growing up years you were cheated out of. And that you wish so badly that you had. I know. I wish I had them too. Be good to yourself really means what it means. Be good to yourself. Take a step back and take a deep breath and really treat yourself right. And treating yourself right isn't running yourself into the ground by trying to so-called better yourself. Bettering yourself though can be a rough and tough journey. It should also be a journey that you feel good about as well. And no one feels good running themselves into the ground. And usually the people that spread themselves so thin, they usually don't accomplish much. But those that pick one or two things to do, they usually get where they want to go. At least in one form or another. I just want to share this with you because though we are on our own individual journeys, we are still all in the same boat. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.